The gameplay that you have just witnessed is from a game called Rounds. In this game, you're a little circle with a little gun that has 3 bullets in a block. The goal? Elegant mayhem. And by elegant mayhem, I mean that it's mayhem with tactics. Different combos of cards can build towards your different strengths. Maybe you want to play a lifesteal build. You could use Parasite, draining your opponent's health and adding to your own, Leech, which gives you a percentage of damage done as health, and Tank, a card that simply gives you more health. The customization of decks has countless possibilities, which in turn allows for, well, chaos. But not a bad chaos in any way, it's more like a frustratingly good chaos. Most of this can be credited to the physics-based nature of the game. The bullets, the environment, the player, and even the player's arms are all given the physics treatment. While most of the time, physics-based combat can be frustrating due to a lack of control the player is given, as we have already seen with other Landfall games, Rounds balances physics with practical movement well enough to add a layer of small RNG elements, all while retaining a fairly high skill ceiling. And by skill ceiling, I don't only mean mechanical skill, I'm also talking about your deck building skills. Let's slow down. I want to talk about the basic rules and structure of any given vanilla game of Rounds. In Rounds, your primary objective is to shoot the other person until they die. Simple enough. There are 2 sub-rounds per round and 5 rounds per game. Winning 2 sub-rounds gets you 1 point. Whoever reaches 5 points first is the winner. This means that there are 10 to 27 different times you play your opponent depending on the performance from the 2 of you. Now that the basic rules of the game have been clarified, we can dive into the fun stuff. Gunplay. As I mentioned before, the gunplay is physics-based. The bullets have natural arches and varying speeds, all dependent on your build. This allows for unique counters for different types of bullet movement. You could go for extremely fast and responsive bullets that shoot practically in a straight line, or you could opt for more archy bullets that can curve around obstacles. Bullets can be blocked by timing a right click. This will create a force field that causes the bullet to be deflected to wherever it came from, with the original attributes of the bullet staying on it. What I mean by that is, if a bullet with ice gets blocked and hits the person who shot it, they will be afflicted with the ice debuff. That slows you down. The blocking allows for more depth into the overall combat by providing what is essentially a parry system. Funnily enough, it also allows for pure anger when you get parried. Long story short, click button at right time, happy boy, you're in business. Now of course, gunplay isn't the only means of winning against your opponent. Movement is another piece of the puzzle. Your ability to move in a coordinated manner is just as, if not more important than being able to aim or block. Movement can be used to execute advanced peeks, blocks, and evasions against your opponent. The movement adds a bit of strategy into your approach in eliminating your opponent. This means that you have to be able to move yourself according to the other person's movement, or even position yourself for the other player's future movements. Doing this all while worrying about the proper times to shoot can become a bit stressful, but as you familiarize yourself with how the character moves in relation to your inputs, you begin to become more comfortable with your general maneuvers. As you may recall, I did mention builds and deck building. At first, I was a bit skeptical about this feature of the game. I'm not exactly big on card games. That being said, in practice, it's actually pretty amazing. You can build super ultra tryhard decks, or just build, other decks. When losing a round, you pick 1 card out of a pool of 5 random cards. This of course leads to heavy RNG, but with correct execution of your deck on your end and poor execution of the other person's deck, you can still win even if the other person has cards that are just generally better. Oh, and modded decks are pretty cool, I guess. The map that you fight on is another huge influence on the outcome of the sub-round. Every sub-round you get a new map. Each map plays into different builds. This one plays into a ranged build due to its overall lack of cover and long sight lines. In this map, it would be favorable to have a ranged build, or at least a build that has a fairly moderate affected radius. This map can benefit rush builds. It has close quarters potential and provides plenty of cover. As you play, you will develop a feeling for what maps are good for what builds. And this map is garbage. Don't play this map. A game like Rounds wouldn't be complete with a bit of customization, of course. There's a neat little avatar editor that would be pretty cool if not for the dog shit hitboxes on the different accessories. You can make some funny looking avatars with a wide variety of cosmetics, but beauty is pain, and that pain is the fucking microscopic sprite hitboxes. This shit is so small you have to rearrange your entire design just to move one thing, and then sometimes you have to do that again to move something back, and then you move a big thing that you wanted to move earlier, and you're like... You find yourself aimlessly clicking to try to find the molecule that makes up the comically large hat's hitbox. If you're able to make it through that mess, then I will say, to its credit, you can make some funny looking little guys. Like, look at this guy. He's got his little cowboy hat. He's having a good time. Woo, woo, woo. Surprisingly, this game is able to avoid most glitches, with most only showing themselves when the mods are causing this.
Yeah, why you bouncy?
But that's definitely not the game's fault, and should definitely be expected in an unofficial add-on to a heavily physics-based game. Solo queue exists if you're the loneliest damned person alive, or if it's your first time playing, which is an L either way. Playing solo queue as someone who knows how to play the game is painful. People pick the worst cards, make the worst plays, and lag. A lot. So make sure you've got some friends to play with before buying this game, and if you don't, make some. All of these elements coincide to create an incredibly fun, enjoyable, while admittedly a bit flawed game that can give you and your friends hours of laughter and fun. It's a nice simple game for friends to play if you're in the mood to ruin that friendship. Honestly, me and my buddies had so much fun with this game, and we truly think that it's worth the small fee of $6. And with that, I thank you for spending time on this video. Me and my husband Bryce decided wait a minute, that's not right. That's not. Me and my friend Bryce decided we wanted to get off our asses and actually do something to maybe, oh just maybe, make someone's day just a teeny tiny bit better. We worked super hard on it and would appreciate it if you liked the video to consider liking it, maybe even subscribing if you think this is the type of content that's down your alley. Have a great day. Epic viewer.